Hi, my name is Dr. Ella Thorpe with Tustin Longevity Center, and I want to share with you some information doing research over the week since our last video that we published. I think that it'll be interesting and encouraging to you. We are trying to help build our immune systems and stay well, and this is designed to be general advice, not specific advice to any one individual. But I am trying to help my patients who are at Tustin Longevity Center to answer their questions about ways that they can improve their immune system, especially in the times that we are in. One of the things is I wanted to talk about an article that was published on WebMed. This is from April 24th, 2020. And you may have already heard that there are concerns that people with viral illnesses from the current pandemic are having a lot of heart attacks and strokes and rashes, and they feel that this is from microclots. And what they said in here is that the virus of the pandemic, this hyperinflames itself. It calls what they call a cytokine storm that can cause a condition called disseminated intravascular coagulation, or DIC, where patients both have bleeding and clotting abnormalities, and this is the result of the inflammation, the overreaction to the viral illness. So given that being said, one of the good news articles I'd like to share with you is an article published by Pharma Nutrition. That's one word, Pharma Nutrition. And this was published April 21st, 2020. So just recently. And the title of the article is Intravenous Vitamin C for Reduction of Cytokine Storm in Acute Respiratory Distress Syndrome. And the author is Alberto Boretti, Boretti. And again, this was published on April 21st, 2020 in Pharma Nutrition. The title, Intravenous Vitamin C for Reduction of Cytokine Storm in Acute Respiratory Distress Syndrome. And their findings are that the alternative approaches are required. Intravenous vitamin C, high dose, has emerged as one of the other alternatives for this purpose. And you have heard for many weeks how that high-dose vitamin C is a well-known antioxidant and helps quench or quell some of these free radicals, or most all of them, in the inflammatory overreaction of this viral illness. So that will give you some encouragement. The other thing is on the discussion of this article on vitamin C, it said, over the past century, the opinion that vitamin C can be used to treat cancer and viral infections has shown promise and controversies. There are other cases, or there are cases where high-dose vitamin C has shown benefits. Pharmacokinetic properties of vitamin C and recent preclinical studies have revived interest in the utilization of high-dose vitamin C for cancer treatment. Similar is the case of using high-dose vitamin C as an antiviral, especially for the recent COVID-19. It is believed that IV vitamin C has been particularly effective in inhibiting the production of cytokine storm due to COVID-19. So this article by Pharma Nutrition is a very nice and well-referenced article talking about the properties of vitamin C, its antioxidant properties, its antiviral properties, and they review some of the promising articles regarding other serious morbidities like cancer. So I thought you would like to see that and why vitamin C is a wise thing to do. We here also have the high-dose vitamin C IVs. So these two articles on microclotting and then the vitamin C, which helps take care of this, I thought would be a blessing to you. Another article, I have 4 today, is published in the Journal of Virology, and this is an older article. This was published in August of 2005, August 22nd, 2005. The title of the article journal is called Virology Journal, and it comes out of the work at the National Institutes of Health under the Institute of Infectious Diseases, and the title is Chloroquine is a Potent Inhibitor of SARS Coronavirus Infection and Spread, and the author is Martin J. Vincent. In it, they looked back when they had the original SARS epidemic back in those years, 2005. They came up with the results that we report, however, that chloroquine has strong antiviral effects on SARS-CoV infection of primate cells or mammalian cells. These inhibitory effects are observed when the cells are treated with the drug either before or after exposure to the virus, suggesting both prophylactic and therapeutic advantage. In addition to the well-known functions of chloroquine, such as elevations of endosomal pH, the drug appears to interfere with terminal glycosylation of the cellular receptor angiotensin converting enzyme 2. So there you have it, back in August 22nd of 2005 in Virology Journal, out of the research facilities at the National Institutes of Health. They found the value and the impact not only in treatment but in prevention of the spread of the SARS virus. Now, what's interesting though is another article, and the last one I have here is published recently. This was April 16th, 2020 in the journal called Cell. And it talks about the receptor site where the virus docks onto the lung tissue, and the lining of the blood vessels has the same ACE2 receptor for these viruses. So that's why we think not only is it damaging to the lung, but when the viruses dock on your microcirculation as well, it will create inflammation at the vascular, microvascular level in these tiny blood clots. So in cell structure and function and antigenicity of the SARS-CoV-2 spike glycoproteins, that's a big title. What they're basically saying is that receptor on the coronavirus that binds to the human cell tissue is basically structurally functioning in the same way that the original SARS virus did as well. So if we have an article that shows that in 2005, chloroquine was very effective both in treatment and in prevention of the spread, and we have a current, just a few weeks ago, study of the actual docking sites that are basically identical. There's about an 80% genetic match between the two, but the spike proteins are basically identical. Then we can be happy and have some comfort in knowing that chloroquine really was well studied and has a long history of use in humans for the past maybe 50, 60 years. So I want to stress to you that cell membranes have damage to them and we need to repair them. And if a virus docks on that and hurts it, those fragments are what we call the cytokine storm, whether it's your lungs or your circulation. Hence, we teach here the importance of water, how important that is as a powerful nutrient and health to help the blood flow throughout the body. We teach the value of antioxidants, and the best research one that we have is the Juice Plus series. There are anti-inflammatory systemic inflammation research showing that chronic systemic inflammation is not visible and can contribute to an increased risk for developing chronic conditions such as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and cancer. Combined results from several studies show that Juice Plus decreases levels of several key biomarkers of inflammation. So that's published in Nutrients, January 2017, British Journal of Medicine 2013, Molecular Nutrition and Food Research 2010, and the Journal of Nutrition 2007. It also has immune benefits. Separate studies were conducted on healthcare professionals with direct contact, young law students, and the elderly population, and athletic men. The combined results of those studies showed that Juice Plus reduced the severity of the upper respiratory challenges, reduces missed work days, and increases the number and activity of immune cells circulating in the body. And we have 7 studies here: the British Journal of Nutrition, the Journal of Nutrition, Medicine and Science, and Sports and Exercise, the Journal of Nutrition again published on that, and the Journal of Integrative Medicine. So what I want to do is to tell you why we use what we do to keep you well and put you in a state of preparedness all the time. So that is why we use the Juice Plus series, which are the fruit and vegetable and the berry, all the time, so it doesn't have the sugar in it or the fructose, and we encourage that always. We also have a immune enhanced supplement I wanted to bring up. I failed to do this before. This is called NK Immune. NK stands for natural killer, and these are very powerful in your first line of defense. Your cells, your NK cells, are your innate immune system. And items such as the zinc in here is 25 milligrams, selenium 200 micrograms. There's arabinogalactans, olive leaf extract, astragalus, reishi mushroom, cordyceps extract, maitake mushroom, and aloe vera. All these are well-studied ingredients independent of them, all the others, but to combine, it enhances the NK function of your body. We also want to remind you about how important iodine is, the salt, and we do recommend you take 12.5 milligrams a day. We also like to remind you about the vitamin D, and this is important in immune function and the innate immune system. And finally, we use a multivitamin Mitocore, or the other one is TLC Energy Core. These contain a base level that I think is important for us in a going forward basis to boost your immune system. Remember, keep your carbohydrates, starches, and fruit sugars down because that depresses your immune system. But most of all, drink plenty of water, get a good night's sleep, do some modest exercise, hopefully every day. And I hope this information is encouraging to you, and it certainly has supported me in about 40 years of working as a primary care physician. I wish you the best. Thank you.